Ebro in the morning, Laura Stiles and Rosenberg. We have Chris Tucker joining the program today.
Wow. That's a big one right there. Look at that.
Yes.
There he is.
Welcome.
Looking like Smokey still. What's good, man?
Man, it's great, man. Good stuff, man. On this tour, the Chris Tucker, the Legend Tour, having a ball, man. Having a ball out there with my fans. So it's great.
Wait, Rosenberg, you meant by looking like Smokey, you mean young. That's what
Correct.
You mean. Young.
Correct.
Yes.
Still looking like Smokey
Youthful.
in
That's what you mean.
2023.
You,
and by the
Thank
way,
you.
and the show, Chris's show here in New York is this Saturday night, right here in my hood on the Upper West Side at the Beacon Theater, the legendary Beacon Theater. And there's like a handful of tickets left. Yeah, Chris, how's it been to be out, man? How's it been to be in these arenas?
Man, it's great, man. Yeah, we got the show at the Beacon Theater. We sold out the first show Friday night, and we put on another one for Saturday night. And man, it's been great, man. This is what I started out doing before the movies, and man, it's great connected with my fans again. And you know, if you like the Fridays and the rush hours, this is where it all came from stand up. So man, and you know, Def Jam comedy back in the early '90s. All this, you know, came from the stand-up days. So, and I never stopped doing stand-up. So it's something during the strike, I was always working. When you didn't see me, I was in the comedy clubs working on my stand-up because it was something I could do, and I started out doing. So it's great.
How good does it feel? Oh, go ahead, Laura. Sorry.
No, because I was going to ask you that if you were the type of, you know, that you randomly pop up at a local open mic and just kind of bless the stage just to see how how you're feeling, what your energy's like.
All the time, because you know when I first started, it was hard to get on stage as a comedian because there was so many comedians, and then there was so many what you call it, pros up there. So it wasn't a lot of time on stage. So now I'm that guy that can just come in the club because you know the movies and all that stuff, and jump on stage whenever I want him and bump other comedians, and that's how it used to be when I started. So I remember how precious it was to get on stage and get that little time. So yeah, I do it all the time and just get in the clubs and work, you know.
Chris, the Smokey character, which was I think based around one of the characters you did on Def Comedy Jam when you was on stage there.
That was totally different. You know, I was in the comedy club one night in LA and I heard that Ice Cube was doing a movie about, you know, smoking weed, sitting on a porch with Paul Mooney. And I said, I want an audition. I want to get a role in there some kind of way. End up getting a co-starring role with Ice Cube. But it was something that came out because I was in the comedy clubs working in LA, and I heard about this rumor that they were about to do this movie, and I wanted to get a part in the movie because I was touring all the you know, over the years I was touring. But you know, I knew I needed to go to the next level. And that was acting and getting into the movies, and I ended up getting that part because Ice Cube and the producers and the directors wanted somebody fresh and new to play Smokey.
You couldn't have known that it was going to be. I mean, obviously, we're stoked to do a movie, Chris. But at any point did you think we're making a cultural classic?
No, you know, I just knew that I was ready, and I knew that this was my shot. It was my shot, you know, and I had to be ready, and I had to deliver in every scene. And that's and everybody else, I guess, felt the same way because everybody was on point. We had a great director, Gary Gray, and everybody was on point. And that's when movies are great, man. When everybody is on point, and that's when the magic happened. You never know it's gonna be a classic and all that stuff, but you know if you're ready or not, and you're doing a great job.
Then it levels up, right? And you got this cultural classic, and then the bags start getting crazy. You're doing Rush Hour, and I saw you post a picture of you and Jackie Chan the other day. You guys are still friends.
Yeah, man, it's the 25th anniversary of the first Rush Hour, man.
Wow,
and,
man.
It's been 25 years since we filmed the first Rush Hour, and Jack definitely was still close, man. Whenever he's in the States, we get together and we call each other all the time. And yeah, man, hey. And at my show, I tell everybody, if you want to know if I'm doing another Rush Hour or another Friday's movies, you got to come to the show. I'll let you know.
Major announcement.
In the Beacon, in the building, I'm going to let you know.
Major announcement.
Chris, what was the order of how things played out? To Ebro's point, I know Rush Hour was huge. Money Talks was huge. The money starts rolling in. And then, if I recall, you became the $30 million man. Like, $30 million a movie. What was the order of how things blew up for you?
It was Fridays, Money Talk, then Rush Hour, and then in the first one I was making 20 million, and then the second one, Rush Hour, I was making 25 billion. Yeah, I was like one of the highest paid, if not the highest paid at that time.
Congrats,
because I was
man.
so young and crazy. I was like, if the first Rush Hour made over $100 million, I said, Tom Cruise movie's making 100 million, mine's making 100. He's getting 20 million. I need to get $20 million. And man, they paid me. They had to pay me because the movie was making money. They wanted to do another one. So
ask for it, Chris. Get that bag.
That's right. You gotta ask for it.
Get to it. Now, is movies something you're still passionate about as well as stand up?
Oh yeah, I love movies, man. Thank God, acting is a second nature to me, like stand-up comedy. I just did a movie and came out this year called Air with great cast. Marlon Wayans is in it, Viola Davis and Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Chris Messina, and Jason Bateman. And it's on Amazon Plus right now, man. It's doing great. People loving it. And man, it's just like playing all different types of parts, not just comedy parts, but serious parts, and then doing my stand-up. So, and then doing it all, I love to be in a position that I can do it all. Because I started out my career doing comedies and dramas. Like I did Fridays and then I did Dead Presidents.
That's right.
And that came out. So that established me right now. People knew I had chops in both areas. And then, the Rush Hours action movies and then
your
Fifth
resume
Element, spaced out movies. So
Chris, your resume is, I never got a chance to meet you before. This is my first time meeting you. I always wanted to salute you, man, for just all the work, all the funny, all the good times, all the actual human experiences that we share with you. The resume is amazing. And
Thank you,
congrats on being out here, because that's a feat unto itself. I'm sure you can testify, right? Just being able to have the longevity that you've had and still selling out these dates at this point in the game is a blessing.
Thank you, man. Yeah, man. It's like I am blessed, man, and thank God that I'm still here at this age, because I started at such a young age, and now the possibilities and the endless possibilities and the things to do is exciting, man. It's like I'm just now starting, so it's great.
All right, Chris. So in the midst of all of this crazy stuff happening, Michael Jackson takes an interest in you. Please explain, how does that relationship with Michael Jackson begin?
I think it was just predestined or something, because if you look at all my movies, I've always made some kind of reference to Michael, because I guess it's in everybody's life. Our childhood, we grew up watching Michael Jackson and Prince and everybody. So I made his energy is something. I made some kind of reference in Fridays and different movies. So I guess he saw my movies at some point. One of his nephews told me he showed him Fridays, showed Michael Jackson Fridays, and Michael was laughing and all that stuff. But man, it was unbelievable to meet, your childhood, one of your childhood superstars that you grew up admiring, thought you would never meet in your life, and then become friends with them and to learn from them and stuff like that. It was awesome, man. It was just unbelievable.
Anytime somebody knows Michael Jackson, I always make it a point to because I've always heard stories from people that I know that have worked with him and know him, that he was the most regular guy, right? Like he was talking shit, you know what I mean? He gets the jokes.
He came up in a black family.
That's what I was about to say. He's from Gary, Indiana. Like what were you talking about?
Yeah. Oh man, he was different though. His synergy, when you was around him, you felt like you was around somebody different, like Mozart or somebody that's Einstein or somebody that was very different, very smart, very intelligent. So he was definitely a special person.
Yo, Chris Tucker, man, I appreciate you coming on the program. Hopefully we get to see each other in the same space. Our studios are being remodeled. And by remodeled, I mean there's still nothing happening and they're trash right now. And I'm out on knee surgery, so hopefully we can share some jokes and laughs, man, next time you're around town.
For sure, man. Hey, man, thank y'all so much. Get better soon, man, and God bless y'all. Thank you.
There it is. Chris Tucker at the Beacon Live. Get those tickets, and the Legends Tour moving all around. So run your Googles and get your tickets.
Yes.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Congrats, man.
God bless y'all. Thank you, man.